Good afternoon, students. This is Gangadhar, your mathematics teacher, and we are discussing trigonometry from the last week, right? Yeah, in the last class, as a 50th point, we sketched different graphs of six trigonometric functions, and now here, as a 51, we need to sketch the graphs of sine square theta, cos square theta, as well as tan square theta. See, already we know the graphs of sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. Based on those, and with that knowledge, and now I am going to sketch the graphs of sine square theta, cos square theta, and tan square theta one by one. And first of all, you just consider the graph of sine square theta. As I mentioned you, since we are going to sketch the graph of sine square theta, I will consider that sine square theta function or expression as y is equals to sine square x. Okay, no problem whether it is x or it is theta or it is alpha, no problem, right? Yeah, this place x or theta usually takes different real angles, whereas the result y gives us different real values. And to sketch the graph, we need to start with the coordinate system. Yeah, and this is the coordinate system. On this coordinate system, we need to indicate few angles on the x-axis and the real numbers on the y-axis. So take it as 0, and this is pi by 2, and next it is pi, and then it is 3 pi by 2, and then it is 2 pi. After that it is 5 pi by 2. Coming to the left side, this is minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2, minus 2 pi. Like that we will take different angles in the left side region as well as in the right side region. Yeah, now we are going to sketch the graph. See, we know that sin theta values lies in between minus 1 and 1, right? Always for any real angle of theta, sin theta value lies in between minus 1 and 1. But whereas sin square theta lies in between 0 and 1. Okay, so sin theta lies in between minus 1 and 1, whereas sin theta lies in between 0 and 1. So we need to sketch the graph only in this region between what? 0 and 1. So for that, if you just think about it, sin 0 degrees is 0, right? And then sin 90 degrees is how much? Sin 90 degrees is 1, sin square 90 is also 1. So from 0 to 1 the graph moves in such a manner. Whereas what you say about sin 180? Sin 180 is 0, sin square 180 is again 0, right? So from 0 to 180 the graph of sin and sin square looks like same actually. Okay, it's not exactly, but it looks like same, right? And from 180 to 360 again we need to think once. In 180 to 360, in the sense third quadrant and fourth quadrant. In third quadrant and in fourth quadrant, sin theta is negative, but sin square theta is still positive. Is it right? In third and fourth quadrant, sin is negative, but sin square is positive, right? So every negative value, its square gives us again positive only. So for suppose what is sin 270? We know that sin 270 is minus 1, but here the function, the expression is sin square 270. Sin square 270 is again 1. So here also again you get a 1 at this point 270, and again the graph will be like this. Again from 2 pi to 3 pi the graph will be like this. Coming to this region, for minus pi by 2 minus pi, minus pi 2 minus 2 pi. See, the graph looks like same, and all these peaks should be same, okay? Because in each and every region of 180 degrees sin square x behaves in the same manner. So that's why all these peaks should be same, right? This length, this width should be same, this length should be same, and the shape should be same, okay? While drawing it maybe look somewhat different, but actually if you sketch on a graph sheet, okay, you get the same peaks at each and every region of 180 degrees, right? Sin x graph, if you look at the graph of sin x, it is somewhere it is positive and somewhere it is negative, right? But if you look at the graph of sin square x, always it is positive, so always the graph lies above x-axis only. Not only sin square x, if you sketch the graph of cos square x or as well as tan square x, always the graph lies only in the above x-axis. Why it is only lies above x-axis? Because sin square x is y. Since square of a number is always positive, y is always positive here. Y positive in the sense above x-axis. So if you look at the graph always lies above x-axis only. right? And this is the sketch of y is equals to sine square x. Have a look at this, and then we are going to sketch the graph of y is equals to cos square x. Have a look at this and go for a screenshot. Now for the cos square x. Sin x values lies in between minus 1 and 1. Similar to that, cos x values are also lies in between minus 1 and 1. So in a similar pattern, already we mentioned about the ranges of sin square x and cos square x. So sin square theta, cos square theta, both always lies in between 0 and 1. So just we observe the graph of sin square x theta, where the graph is only in this belt, okay, in the region of 0 to 1. So similar to that sin square, cos square x graph also lies only in this belt in between 0 and 1. Yeah, what you say about cos 0 degrees? Sin 0 degrees is 0, whereas cos 0 degrees is 1. So cos square 0 degrees is also 1. Then coming to the pi by 2, 90 degrees. Cos 90 degrees is 0. Cos square 90 degrees is again 0. Right. And then what you say about cos 180 degrees? We need to identify the values. That's it. That's enough to join all those things, right? Cos 180 degrees is actually minus 1. But here we are thinking about it's a square. So cos square 180 degrees. Minus 1 square is again what? 1. And cos 270 degrees is again 0. And cos 360 degrees is again 1. So if you observe, the graph will be like this. See, again it is of the form, yeah, just like peaks itself. Yeah, you need to take these values in an equivalent distance, right? See, if you maintain equal distance in between these two values, the graph shape also looks like with the equal intervals. This side also, if you join, the graph will be like this. Yeah. See, as I told you, all these peaks should be same in terms of length. Excuse me. In terms of length as well as in terms of width, length and width, all the peaks should be same. Okay. So here also, if you look, cos square x always positive, so the graph lies always above x-axis, and in particularly it always lies in the region 0 to 1. Like for the sin x and cos x, if you wish, just draw an imaginary line also at 1. Okay. See, if you draw an imaginary line at 1, the graph won't crashes this one. Okay. Yeah. It looks like this. It looks like this. Okay. This is the graph of cos square x. Have a look at this and go for a screenshot, and then we need to sketch the graph of y is equals to tan square x. All these things are the rough sketches, and if we need the exact, you need to go with graph sheet. Tan square x. Tan x is from minus infinity to infinity. Tan square x is from 0 to infinity. Square of anything is always positive. Here also tan square x is always positive. So the graph is only above the x-axis, not this below. Okay. Again, tan 0 degrees is 0. And what you say about tan 90 degrees? Tan 90 degrees is unknown larger value. So we may say it as infinity, but there is nothing to represent infinity on the graph sheet. So here we just took an imaginary line. So that's why here the graph starts from 0 and it continuously increasing right there. Then what you say about in the region pi by 2 to pi? That's what you need to think. See, in the region pi by 2 to pi, tan pi degrees is 0, tan 90, after that again it is infinity itself. Again the graph continuously decreases from infinity to pi. Okay, it follows the same thing. Okay, actually, yeah, we need to sketch it right there. Again, tan 270 degrees, here we have an infinity. So use an imaginary line. The graph continuously increasing from pi to 3 pi by 2. Again the graph continuously decreases from there. See, all this happens only with the values of tan and the nature itself, right? Okay, you need to think about the nature. You need to analyze it, or otherwise we can't do, right? In the region pi by 2 to pi, second quadrant. In the second quadrant, tan x values are increasing. So negative and increasing. But tan square x will decrease automatically. So this is the decreasing region and this is the increasing region. This is the decreasing region, as well as if you sketch, here you will get an increased peak again. In this region also, 0 to 90 the graph is increasing. But what you say about minus 90 to 0? Minus 90 to 0, again the graph will decrease from infinity to 0. Right? Yeah, look there, and this is the rough sketch of tan square x which is clearly above x-axis only, right? Where at the points 90, 270, minus 90 and minus 270, the tan values are infinity. That's why we use a vertical imaginary lines to sketch the graph. Okay, have a look at this. Since all these graphs are very very new to learn, all of you, maybe you feel somewhat little bit confused at this step. If you practice them, if you solve problems related to this, automatically you will get a confident idea on all these things. First of all, just try to sketch. Yeah, sine square theta is equals to 4xy by x plus y whole square is true, if that's what we need to discuss. Yeah, this is sine square theta, and look there, this is 4xy by x plus y whole square. We know that. See, we know that, what we know? That sine square theta values always lies in between 0 and 1. Is it clear? Sine square theta values lies in between 0 and 1. Is it okay? That in the sense, always sine square theta values should be less than or equals to 1. That implies, what is sine square theta here? Here sine square theta is 4xy by x plus y whole square. Values are less than or equals to 1 only. Sine square theta is less than or equals to 1. That's why I indicated like this. Now this denominator x plus y whole square is something positive. So send it that side. So that implies 4xy is less than or equals to x plus y whole square. Is it clear? Yeah. And then send this 4xy that side. And now you have only 0 this side. That implies 0 less than or equals to x plus y whole square minus 4xy. Just by sending this 4xy that side. And now this implies 0 less than or equals to, I think you are all aware about this rule. X plus y whole square minus 4xy is just nothing but what? X minus y whole square. So 0 less than or equals to x minus y whole square. And that implies x minus y whole square is greater than or equals to 0. Both are same, just you write in this manner. See, x plus y whole square is greater than or equals to 0. Whenever it happens. If you look there. Yeah. X plus y whole square is always greater than or equals to 0, right? X plus y whole square is all x minus y whole square. Something square is always greater than or equals to 0. So since it is always greater than or equals to 0, this is always correct. It is always correct. So since it is always correct, the given statement is also always correct. So no need, we don't need any restrictions in this case. But if you think once, here we multiplied this both sides with x plus y whole square. We send it this side. So why it happens? It happens only if this x plus y is not equals to 0. So only we have such case, right? Okay, we can do it if x plus y is not equals to 0. Is it right? Because if x plus y is equals to 0, if the denominator is 0, then there is no possibility of multiplying both sides with 0. Right? If this is 0, then this is not definable. That's why you need to consider that x plus y not equals to 0. That's enough. So sine square theta is equals to 4xy by x plus y whole square is true only if x plus y not equals to 0. That is the restriction based on that. In all the other cases, the given thing is a correct statement. Okay? Just have a look at this. Just look at the next problem. 53. For the 53, theta values are in the range of 0 to pi by 4. So that means theta is an angle which is from 0 degrees to 45 degrees, in between 0 to pi by 4. Right. And now this is tan theta power tan theta power cot theta power tan theta, cot theta power cot theta. We have 4 numbers, T1, T2, T3, T4. We need to arrange them in what? Descending order. Okay? Descending order in the sense largest to the smallest. Is it right? Yeah. Now you just think about it. See, theta values are from 0 to pi by 4. That in the sense 0 less than, theta less than pi by 4. Good. I told you already, tan theta is always increasing. Since tan theta is increasing, you need to use the same order as per their angles. You just apply tan here. See, then what will happen? Tan 0 degrees is less than tan theta is less than tan pi by 4. Since tan is increasing, it is very clear. Yeah, tan 0 degrees is 0, which is less than tan theta, which is less than tan 45 degrees is 1. Now you need to think, okay? Now your logic must work here. Tan theta is a number which is in between 0 and 1. See, take any number in between 0 and 1 and then you just do reciprocal it. For suppose 0.5 is a number between 0 and 1. If you reciprocal it, 0.5 is just 1 by 2. If you reciprocal it, you get it as 2, right? Or otherwise you may take some other number, any number. If it is in between 0 and 1, if you reciprocal it, from there you will get that cot theta is a number which is greater than 1. Okay? Always any number, any decimal value which is in between 0 and 1, take as your wish and do its reciprocal and you get that it is greater than 1. So, since theta is an angle which is in 0 to pi by 4, from there tan theta is a number from 0 to 1, cot theta is greater than 1. Right? And now we need to arrange them in ascending order. First of all, you just think about this T3 and T4. Okay? You just think about this T3 and T4. See, look there. Cot theta is the base. Cot theta is a number which is greater than 1. See, just think about it. That's it. No, we don't have any exact values here. But your logical skill work here. Okay? Cot theta is a number which is greater than 1. And for that, you are raising the powers as cot theta and tan theta. See, from this discussion, it is clear that in between this region, tan theta is smaller value, whereas cot theta is larger value. From these two, it is very clear. Okay, what it is clear? Tan theta is smaller when compared with cot theta, only in this situation, right? And now, if you look about this T3 and T4, the base is same. You need to think about the powers. Among these powers, again this tan theta is smaller, cot theta is larger. So the largest power will give you the largest value. From those two, it is clear that T4 is greater than T3. Okay? Right. From those two, we have that T4 is greater than T3. And now, you need to think about this T1 and T2. Just your thought process will work here. Your logical skill will work. Yeah. T1 and T2. Here, if you look there, what are the bases here? The base is tan theta for T1 and T2. Since the base is tan theta, the base tan theta is a number between 0 and 1. It's a decimal number. Okay. So now, any number if you take in between 0 and 1, if you raise the powers, the value will get decreased. Is it clear? 0.1, 0.1 square, 0.1 cube. Like that if you observe, 0.1 is the greater value. 0.1 square is the smaller value. 0.1 cube is much smaller. Is it clear? So usually for the numbers, if you raise the powers, the value will increase if the base is more than 1. Whereas if the base is in between 0 and 1, if you raise the powers, the value gets decreased. Here tan theta is a number which is in between 0 and 1. So if you raise the power, the value will get decreased. So cot theta is a bigger number, tan theta is a smaller number. So this bigger power will give you the smaller value, and that's why here this T2 is smaller, T1 is greater. So from there it is very clear that what it is clear that T1 is greater than T2. Just look there. Okay. At the end what we have? T4 is greater than T3 and T1 is greater than T2. And now if you think, just observe these things. For here the base is 1, so the result is also more than 1. For here the base is less than 1, the result is also less than 1. So at the end these two are greater and these two are smaller, and if you give a direct relation, T4 is greater than, T3 is greater than, T1 is greater than, T2 is the final order between these TIs. Just look there. You need to think. Once again I am repeating you. See, if the base is more than 1, highest power will give you the highest value. Whereas if the base is in between 0 and 1, highest power will give you the smallest value. That's the basic logic, okay? You learned it in experiments only, but we are applying here for tan theta and cot theta. Have a look at this. This is actually one of the previously asked question for JEE, okay, and it is asked in the year 2006, right? So just go through it, very good and important one.